This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, after last year's event was such a huge success, the Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton is getting ready for their second Survivor celebration. Stay tuned for more information next. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Monday. I'm Ken Kara, and here come your headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A traffic stop in the city of Hazleton led to a chase and drug-related charges. Hazleton police stopped a gold Saturn Aurora around 9 p.m. last night. Police say the driver, 22-year-old Eshawn Harrell, gave officers a fake ID and then took off. Harrell traveled through 15 stop signs and 4 red lights before a fence stopped him. Police discovered 2 warrants for his arrest and found a large amount of cash, cell phones, a scale, drug packing materials, and fentanyl in the car. He faces a list of charges including fleeing and eluding and possession with intent to deliver. In other news, state police are searching for a missing woman from Dorrance Township. Family members told state police that 79-year-old Mary Jo Myers left her home around 9 a.m. Friday, but did not take her purse, money, ID, and medications. Her vehicle was found in the Berwick area on Saturday morning. Myers is 5 feet 10 inches tall, 120 pounds. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call state police at 570-459-3890. A vigil was held yesterday in Wilkes-Barre to remember the 49 people killed in a deadly attack at an Orlando nightclub Saturday night. Participants held candles and formed a circle around a podium outside of HEAT and EPA. HEAT owner Sean Ebert says he felt the vigil was necessary and encouraged those in attendance to fight through the fear triggered by the attack. Another vigil is being planned for tonight on Courthouse Square in Scranton. 2 parishes in our area will soon merge. The Diocese of Allentown announced the consolidation of Our Lady of Lourdes in Weatherly and All Saints in McAdoo. The merger comes after the announcement of the retirement of Father Floyd Caesar, the pastor of the Weatherly Church. While the mass schedules may change, the diocese says both churches will remain open for worship. Saturday marked the annual National Trails Day celebration, and many from our area hit the trail and took part in the many festivities at the Greater Hazleton Rails to Trails. FYI intern Lou Dreyfus stopped by.
This is our 13th year of our hike and bike event. We have it the second Saturday of June every year. We invite the whole community to come and enjoy the picnic and enjoy the trail. We have different booths from various organizations like the Friends of Nescapec, Eckley's here, Keystone Active Zone, and the Delaware Lehigh National Corridor, other hiking groups, and we have the Francis Dorrance archaeology group. Lots of people find it very exciting to see artifacts that go back millions of years.
We received a grant from the Pennsylvania Environmental Council to put in a picnic area off to the side of our trailhead parking lot, and it's going to include, picnic tables, benches, where people can just hang out. And then we also have 2 new bear statues, and they are life-size bear statues because people often see black bears on the trail, and we wanted to just, depict them.
I always want to see a bear. Now I know where to go. Another celebration will take place in our area next week. Lisa Sugart has the details on an event to honor cancer survivors.
A wonderful event is being planned for cancer survivors and their families. It's being planned by the Greater Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society and also by the Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton. And I have ladies representing both organizations here with me today to talk about this great event. They'd like to get the word out to those who are invited. I'm pleased to welcome Jane Doherty, who is the president of the Greater Hazleton unit, and also Laura Sitch, who is the site administrator for the Cancer Treatment Center. I guess let's start with you, Jane, on why this is so important to have an event like this, a big picnic and celebration for all our cancer survivors in our area.
Yes, Lisa, this is the second year we're doing this. June is National Cancer Survivors Month, so we thought that would be an appropriate time to celebrate cancer survivors, the journey they've been through, and give them an opportunity to meet with other survivors and talk about their experiences in a fun atmosphere.
And this is the second year that you're doing this, so it must have been a success the first time. I would think that's a good support network when they all get together.
Yes, absolutely it is. It is the second year, and last year was very successful. We heard many good comments, so we've decided to make it an annual event.
All righty. Now, this big event is taking place very soon. It's coming up on Wednesday, June 22nd, the rain date the 23rd. So, Laura, tell us all about the celebration.
Well, it's going to be a picnic-type activity. We're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, all sorts of fun food, tricky trays, hopefully an appearance by Tux, music, dancing, so a lot of fun things.
And for those who are invited, I guess, who shall we say is invited that can RSVP?
Certainly all the cancer survivors in the area and their families and any caregivers.
And to participate, do they need to call you, or what do they need to do?
Yes, they can either call us or email us. We'd like to have that by June 17th so we can prepare for the amount we want to expect.
This, I'm sure, gives both of you and everybody you work with a good feeling to see the good works that are being done, because I saw that it says 10.5 million cancer survivors in this country alone. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful news.
Indeed it is. There are many more survivors. When the ACS started in Greater Hazleton about 50 years ago, there were no cancer survivors. So now every year there are more and more, thanks to education, early detection, prevention techniques that we know about now. So we're only too happy to celebrate the fact that we have so many survivors.
All righty. The Cancer Survivor Celebration, Wednesday, June 22nd. It's being held at the Cancer Treatment Center, and that's right on 1701 East Broad Street in Hazleton. As Laura said, RSVP by June 17th. You can call the number or email. Please let them know that you'll participate, because it truly is a wonderful celebration.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Another fundraising event will take place this Friday to benefit the Hazleton Police Department. We Are Hazleton will host a backyard barbecue buffet with draft beer and entertainment at Cassatt's Cafe on Alter Street in Hazleton. This is the third event sponsored by the nonprofit organization created to help the Hazleton Police Department. Tickets are $25 and will be sold at the door. Again, the event is this Friday at 6 p.m. at Cassatt's in Hazleton. All proceeds benefit the Hazleton Police Department. Coming up on FYI, the weather forecast for this work week, and stay tuned for the sportscast, because Penn State Hazleton head men's basketball coach Jeff Rush is here with some interesting information.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
High-intensity interval training is back at Core Fitness in Hazleton. Check out the new 8-week program of HIIT Boot Camp Steph Style. Classes are Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Camp begins June 20th. The cost is $165, with half due at sign-up and the remainder due the first day of class. Try it for free on June 10th, 15th, or 17th. You can email hitstephtstyle@gmail.com or call Steph at 570-582-5874 for more information, or stop in Core Fitness, 711 West Broad Street in Hazleton.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Summer starts in 1 week, so you have 1 week to get your act together, Mother Nature, and heat up for all of us here in Northeast PA. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, cloudy, then gradually becoming partly cloudy. Our low will be 50 degrees. On Tuesday, the sun is out. We'll have a high near 73 degrees. Tuesday night, mostly clear, low of 51. On Wednesday, more sun with a high of 76 degrees. Wednesday night, 40% chance of showers after 9 p.m. Our low is 60 degrees. Thursday, showers likely, a 60% chance, high in the lower 70s. And then at Thursday night, once again, a 60% chance of showers, mainly before 9 p.m., low of 57. On Friday, we have a 50% chance of showers, but a partly sunny day with a high of 72. And then Friday night, 30% chance of showers, partly cloudy, low of 54 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
If you're looking for a new career or you're graduating from high school and looking to head to school, McCann School of Business and Technology has the answer. And here to tell us about the variety of programs that are available at McCann's is Mike Mazaleski. He's the Director of Admissions, so you know everything about McCann's.
I know most about McCann. I try to know as much as I possibly can. But yes, we do have a variety of different programs ranging from medical to legal, to business. We also have the trades programs as well, and we do have some information technology programs. All of our programs are associate degree programs. They run anywhere from 18 to 24 months. We offer day and evening classes for our students. So it's a great opportunity for somebody that has an interest in learning more about the school to come in for a career planning session. You can call the school at 570-579-2915 and ask to speak with an admissions representative, and then we can arrange a time and a date to get together to explain the programs, to answer all of your questions, to tell you a little bit more about the tuition and what types of financial packages are out there for our students.
Wow, so you'll help us get started and answer all of our questions. And I know you said it's very important for students that come forward to find out if the programs that they're taking are accredited, and they are at McCann's.
Absolutely. We are fully accredited. We're accredited through ACICS, which is the Accrediting Council for Independent Colleges and Schools. So basically what that means for students that are applying at McCann is that they can apply for federal financial aid, and they also are earning college credits when taking classes here at our school.
Now, if someone in our viewing audience is sitting there thinking, well, I think I may want to, either change careers or I might want to go to school, but I'm not sure, can they come in even if they don't have a game plan or an idea of what they want to do?
Absolutely. We actually say every day is an open house at McCann. We do have admissions office hours Monday through Thursday, anywhere from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. And on Fridays, we're in the office between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
So that's great. It's easy. It's a phone call away. All they have to do is give you a call or stop by, and you'll get them on the road, get them started, help guide them along the path to something that will be interesting and rewarding for them.
Absolutely. That's our role at McCann. We want to make this transition as easy as we possibly can for the student.
All right. Well, there you have it. If you are looking to go to school, you're looking to change careers, Mike will have the answer for you. Just stop by and see him, one of the wonderful admissions representatives that are there as well. They'll be more than happy to help you out, give you a tour, and let you see what exactly is happening, and hopefully find the perfect career for you.
McCann will host an open house this Wednesday from 2 to 5 p.m. at its campuses at 370 Maplewood Drive in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Now I read numbers. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers from FYI on the green screen. Pick 2, 4, 8, pick 3, 3, 4, 9, pick 4, 3, 4, 0, 2, and pick 5, 9, 8, 1, 7, 5. When we come back in the Sportscast, we have the scoreboard. We'll tell you how the Hazelton area Lady Cougar softball team did in the state semifinals.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Two former Hazelton area high school baseball players were selected in the Major League Baseball draft over the weekend. Dante Biazzi by the Cubs and Tony Hernandez by the Yankees. I spoke with Hernandez today, so we'll hear from him this week on FYI, and we should be hearing from Biazzi as well. So get excited for those interviews. Both of them made the area very proud over the weekend as they continue a strong Hazelton baseball tradition. Now it's the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Hazelton area softball team had their run in the state playoffs end today with a loss to Avon Grove. The Lady Cougars had a season to remember, and they kept battling. They were down 2-0 in the 6th inning when they tied it up All of Avon Grove's runs came on inside the park home runs at Lions Field in Fleetwood. Anthony Bellino will have a full story in the Standard Speaker tomorrow. Congratulations to head coach Heather Dale and her team and staff on a season that took them all the way to the state semifinals. North Schuylkill's baseball team, they're in action tonight against Newman Goretti in Allentown in the AA state semifinals. Well, it's that time of year again. Penn State Hazelton basketball school time. Here's my interview with Jeff Rush. It is the 30th Penn State Hazelton basketball camp, the Penn State Hazelton Basketball School, and here to talk all about it, the man who's organizing it, Jeff Rush, head men's basketball coach at Penn State Hazelton. 30 years, you don't last that long without being very, very good. This is a great camp, and you talked with the guy who started it, Dr. Tom Cassis, and got some of the history about it. There was only 2 camps around back then.
Yeah, back then it was 1982. Dr. Cassis started the camp in 1982. Just talking to him in the last couple of days, the only camps back then, 30 years, more than 30 years ago, was the Penn State Hazelton camp and also the Bishop Hafey camp, which I guess was done by Cy Fulton. So back in '82, I was talking to Coach Cassis. He said about 45 boys started the first camp. Then the very next year, in 1983, they added a girls' week. They had about 35 girls. Now we're over 30 years later, 30 camps in, and still going strong. So we're definitely proud of it. It's been a great camp.
And it's a strong basketball area here in Hazelton. I'm sure a lot of big names went through this camp, including yourself, Jeff, who went on to college to play on some successful Hazelton teams. But there were some other big names who helped out and also went to this camp. You were name dropping a few before we got on here. I don't know if you remember any.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the men's side, Bobby Krasansky was in the very first camp back in 1982, and he went on to play Division I basketball at Lehigh. Obviously a star player at Hazelton High School for Bruce Leib. On the girls' side, Christine Korn, who played Division I basketball, Joy Gallagher, Division I basketball player. We've had a great staff. I think that's what kind of sets our camp apart. Terry Kringy, who went Division I, was been on our boys' camp staff. Joe Marshall, who played at Lafayette and was a big West Hazelton star. He was actually a McDonald's All-American runner-up or something in the early 90s in high school. He's been on staff. I think the staff has really been a strong point for our camp, and just a lot of great kids have come through. High school-wise, Mike DeMarco, Mark Scarcella from not too long ago. They've been to our camp for probably 7 or 8 years as campers. A lot of kids have come through.
So, and who do you have helping you this year? Because there's another impressive list coming down of instructors this year.
Yeah, my current assistant coach, Joe Stanavich, who does a great job. He's been a part of this camp now for about 10 years. Some of my current players, Brian Miller from Mahoney area, also a recruit from Crestwood, Robbie Hopkins, who we're excited to have in, Jimmy Geisick, one of my former players. We always have former college players, unlike some of the other camps where it's usually high school kids. We have guys that went to college, played college basketball. Some of them already have a degree, very knowledgeable, know what it's like in the real world, and I think that's a very positive thing. Kids don't have to come to our camp. It's Penn State camp. It's not like a Cougar camp where they definitely want to go and try and impress the coaches. So to have all these kids over the years, there's definitely a fun aspect to it. There's good games. There's brackets that the kids really like, and they compete in brackets against each other. And like I said, it really is a lot of fun.
So the week of June 20th, you could sign up. We have the website up, and also you could call 570-450-3136. Jeff Rush, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Ken.
At this time in 1936, exactly 80 years ago, the biggest upset in boxing history took place at Yankee Stadium in New York. Hi everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats. In the first 18 months as a pro, boxer Joe Louis scored 23 knockouts in 27 straight wins, earning $371,645, when the average yearly salary was $1,250. Many thought the Brown Bomber was invincible and destined for the heavyweight crown held by the Cinderella Man, James Braddock. But he had one more obstacle. Former champion Max Schmeling. Schmeling, a German, shocked the boxing world by knocking out the Bomber in the 12th round. White America did not yet feel it had much at stake, but blacks were distraught. There was rioting in Harlem and even reports of suicide and depression attributed to Lewis's loss. Schmeling was flown back home on Germany's new airship, the Hindenburg, and then honored at a dinner with Adolf Hitler. Exactly 2 years later, and 78 years ago, in 1938, Joe Louis, who was known who is now heavyweight champion after knocking out Braddock in the 8th round, got his shot at redemption. Yankee Stadium was packed. The whole country stopped to listen. 70 million people, more than half the population, tuned in. Movies and dances around the nation were interrupted for the broadcast. The fight played throughout the Western world in English, German, Portuguese, and Spanish. The hostility towards Schmeling was palpable. He entered the ring protected by 25 cops, but was still bombarded by apples, cigarette butts, and banana peels. The fight started and Schmeling was overcome with aggression from the Brown Bomber. 2 sharp left hooks to the face and a right to the chin before the German could set himself. Schmeling only threw 2 ineffectual punches that night, stepped back, but Lewis pursued, drilling him in the head and body, slamming him to the ropes. Joe threw every punch in his arsenal, and they all connected hard. Lewis sent Schmeling to the canvas twice. Then the German, trapped against the ropes, turned away to escape, but another right landed near his kidney, fracturing a vertebrae. His high-pitched howl heard through the crowd. Schmeling's handlers threw in the white towel, but that was against the rules of New York. The referee ignored the towel, but not the beating that Lewis was delivering. After just 124 seconds, the fight was stopped. The entire nation, black and white, celebrated. The police commissioner closed off 30 blocks in Harlem for the revelers, and 100,000 people poured onto the streets and into the bars. Lewis definitely changed the perception for a lot of people, and certainly in the northern half of the country. The racial implications of that fight set the stage for Jackie Robinson. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Mondays can be rough, but you can end them on a high note. Seafood night at Bottlenecks. Choose from crab, clam, shrimp, and lobster specials, such as their little neck clams in garlic butter, only $1.95 a dozen, or handmade crab cake platter for only $8.95.
Hey everyone, here's tonight's social news. Come out for a community movie night held at the Schuylkill Haven Recreation Senior Center on Thursday, June 16th at 7:30 p.m. for the movie Zootopia. It's a free movie with free popcorn and priceless enjoyment. Hope to see you there. And the Cunningham Valley Historical Society is hosting the Wyoming Valley Pipe and Drum Band Saturday, June 18th at 6 p.m. at the gazebo of the Cunningham Borough Building. The performance is free, but there'll be a free donation taking up at intermission. That's tonight's social report. FYI News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Ronald Hawley of Sandy Valley. Services will be held 11 a.m. on Tuesday at the Cutterall Petrulli Funeral Home in Freeland. Interment will be at the Mount Laurel Memorial Park in Hazleton. Friends may call 10 a.m. until the time of service. And Mary Sable of Freeland. Arrangements will be announced by the Hazel Chapel of Crop and Hughes Funeral Home.
Information and knowledge is a lifelong pursuit. Unfortunately, we only have 20-some minutes. We're done now, but go online, facebook.com/FYI News 13 for breaking news. We'll see you again tomorrow with another Joe Madden story. Take it easy, everyone.